Morning. Good morning. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. We'll be starting here in a moment, so hang on tight. Get your questions ready. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. So glad you are here this morning. Again, we'll be starting here in a moment. Tell me where you're watching me from. Go ahead and post it right now in the comment section. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. Tell me how old you are. Get your questions ready. Start tapping that screen, liking, sharing the screen so we get more men, a little bit older, busy, productive lives, maybe a little confused on all this fitness information that's available on the internet. The more you like the screen on TikTok, tap that screen, the more you like it, the more you share it, the more men that join us on this live broadcast. And it's just rapid fire questions, more bang for your buck. I'm just spending all the time during this podcast just answering questions. Remember that if you're on TikTok and you miss this live broadcast in the morning, you can watch the replay version on my YouTube channel at Cour. Make sure you're on all my platforms. I'm doing this live on TikTok. I'm doing it live on Facebook, and I'm doing it live on YouTube. Again, the replay versions of this show and every show are on YouTube. All right. So let's get this show started. Hello. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I am Cour. So glad you are joining me. Usually you're the first person. It's 4 a.m. Pacific time, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Coming to you in the morning. At this time, you're usually the first person I talk to every single morning. Got to talk to my son. He was up bright and early with me before I put him back to bed. But say hello. Tell me where you're watching me from, what part of the world, and also tell me how old you are. I want to know who is joining us for Workouts for Older Men. So many men. What is Workouts for Older Men? Now, most of the men who don't know, by the way, my name is Cour. I'll be 62 years old here next week. I've been doing this for 35 years. I'm a former 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. One thing I love about what's happening on YouTube and on TikTok is it's going out and finding men who have not seen me in 21 years since I stopped competing. Again, I'm a former 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder. That focus, that dedication for 15 straight years, doing all the different training strategies that you hear about, all the different exercises, variation, all the different diets, that level of intensity, learning from the greatest, as I would strive to be the greatest I could be for all those years. It gives me the ability to differentiate what's important, what's not. I know you're confused with all this information, what's important, what's not. I want to use my years of experience. This isn't about me anymore, my physical body. All right. I want to share with you what I've learned because, again, if you're a little bit older, a lot of men find me because it's for older men. You know, one thing I'll just tell you, when you come here for the workouts, most of you, the transformation that you need, losing that body fat, is going to be in your diets. I want to help you take your level of understanding, your level of execution follow through, your enjoyment of the gym. I want to take that to higher and higher. I always want to bring you back to how important nutrition is to start seeing that man in the mirror that you want to see to finally lose that body fat. That's where the magic really happens. But a lot of men ask me, well, what is this? What's workouts for older men? It's the same, build muscle, lose body fat. Doesn't matter if you're young or older. Well, does it? Doesn't matter with all the different workout strategies. Is there better if you're older, you're not as strong as you used to be? Is there a diet that's better when you can't eat the way that you used to be? How about your time constraints? You don't have all the time you had when maybe you were younger. You got to be effective and efficient with the time you have. Can you still do it? All right. All this volume that you don't worry about, it's wear and tear when you're 25 years old. You just want to do more and more. And the younger passion fitness, having you in the gym 5, 6, 7 days a week, or in there for 2 hours, more is better. Or is it? Does that matter for a 25-year-old? You can do all this unnecessary movement junk sets, as they call it. It's not going to necessarily put you backwards, but one of these days they're going to be 55 years old. Just because it's exercise, all that volume, all that set, all that frequency, that isn't producing more muscle. How's that going to affect your body later? when you're 55 years old. They don't think about that. They don't think about a lot of things from our perspective, and that's what Workouts for Older Men is all about. So I'm so glad you are here. Make sure that you follow. Also tap that screen on TikTok, attract more men, just like you on this screen. I'm going to start answering some questions. I'm going to start saying hello. Let's just pump out as many questions, get as many answers for you. The ones that you don't ask, maybe men who are just like you ask, and again, more bang for your buck, more effectiveness and efficient with your time, whether you're here for 10 seconds or 10 minutes or an entire hour or so I may spend with you here today. All right. A lot of people on the line here. Thank you so much for the follows. Thank you for the share, Wifey for Lifey. Man, you've been showing up a lot. And I appreciate you being here, Wifey for Lifey. All right. Paul, Gary, a lot of guys tell me, everybody who's joined. Saltwater Hippies joined. Thank you so much for being here. And Jimmy, Wife for Lifey. Tell me, everybody who's joined here. MC is 56 years old from Florida. MC, so glad you're here, sir. Sully is 48 from Texas. Thank you, bro. I was just talking to my son. He started his football season, and so there's a wrap-up party for the team, and we're talking about all the slang the young 9-year-olds use. Most of it I haven't heard, but the bro thing I definitely have heard. You can't say a sentence without bro attached, right? So Sully, thank you so much for the follow. Michael Brooks, 286. Thank you so much for the follow over on TikTok. Are you still doing heavy barbell lifts? I'm doing barbell lifts. I guess that's opposed to machines. And heavy, don't lift as heavy as I used to. Heavy is relative, but when I post videos, of older guys who are concerned with me with the amount of weight I lift, it's it's not necessarily heavy to me. Certainly not if you watch training videos of me 20 years ago. So I guess heavy is relative. Heavy is what it feels like at the end of the set. Okay, so whether you or I pick up something quote unquote heavy or light, if it feels heavy at the end of the set, whether we do 15 reps or we do 6 or 8 reps, that's what heavy is. All right. Safely, of course. Longevity is important. A lot of older men really are concerned about their safety. And that's a good thing. Always that risk versus reward. You got to push that set if you want to create overload, build that muscle. Certainly, fight hard. This muscle, it's going to go away if we don't continue to use it. All right. Good morning, Tech. A man to cook. Teach a man to cook. Good morning, sir. So glad you're here. 52 years old from Maryland. Guys, have any questions this morning? Do you have any questions this morning? I when I come here, it's like, okay, what do I want to accomplish? One is I want to get you just at least thinking in the direction. Obviously, if I'm showing up on your feed, you've either watched my videos before, looking for answers, looking for motivation to work out at a higher level, whatever that means to you. All right. Or because it's in your browser history, your patterns, they've decided to put you in front of my face, me in front of your face, because they know you're interested in fitness. All right. So whether it's information that you're looking for, inspiration, I want to provide that for you every single day. What do you do for a client with mobility issues and can't squat? Well, it's all about their goals, about what they can do. Help them figure out the things they can do to meet their goals. So, if it's about overload, right? They want to really work hard to build muscle, certainly preserve that muscle. We got to find a way. There's certain things that I understand that your challenges. I understand the different challenge, but with everything, there's a minimum price of entry that if you can't do that, then you're not going to get the results. There's a lot of things in fitness that you don't need to do all those things. It's nice if you do all those things. You're certainly not going to go backwards if you do all those things, but they're not necessary, right? But there are some things that are necessary. It's not because you're lazy, but it's finding that bottom. How can you get the buck with the least amount of effort? Now, that's not a bodybuilder type mentality. They want to go, they don't ask themselves those questions about how dedicated can I be? What am I willing to? That's a great attitude for many things in life, right? Not necessarily when you don't have those same goals, and how can you do it? So I know it's in some circles, it might seem like a lazy question that a lazy man might ask. Certainly in this whole fitness world, certainly from the perspective of a lot of fitness influencers. But what's the least amount of effort you can put for the maximum results? And I call it being effective and efficient with your willpower, focus, energy, and time. But with mobility issues, and you don't have to squat. You don't have to squat deep, and certainly not a barbell squat. There's so many different machines, but you do have to overload the muscle. You have to test it. You have to tax it. If you can't lift as much weight, and you got to use that lighter weight, but push it in where you feel so fatigued at the end. There's always that place where you can. All right, there are workaround issues that you can, but that's the bottom line, helping them find that out and keep them going to find it out. Hey, brother, do you still suggest 4 to 6 reps? 4 to 6 reps. I know that my mind better be in it, right? I know that I got to train with intensity. I know that I've got to overload the muscle, right? I know that without a spotter, all right, with my priorities, I know what intensity is, and I'm not going to do in that 4 to 6 range. So I'm going to have to do more lighter weight with fewer reps. I go in the 6 to 8 rep range because I know what intensity is. I know what it takes to make 4 to 6 reps work. So I know what the level that I'm at. So I go to 6 to 8 reps. I still crush it at the gym. Awesome. Teach a man to cook. That's so awesome. I do push-pull days, alternating each day. Should I switch it up or keep it the same? It's not so much about switching up the exercise. I mean, we all want more. We all want more faster. We all want more bang for a buck, more productivity in what we do. We always wonder, is there something that we can do to switch it up to get more of that productivity? That's normal, right? But it's not, the magic isn't for a stimulation to new growth. It's not necessarily switching what you do. It's doing what you are doing at a higher level. And believe me, there's always a higher level. All right. So the magic isn't in the routine. The magic is you getting more out of it. 1 more rep, 5 more pounds, better form, feel, and execution, better mind muscle connection. Right. Backing up with a higher level of nutrition. That's when it's going to take you to the next level, rather than do another series of sets and reps and changing the order and changing the day or even changing the frequency. Right? It's what you do in that set. Really bringing it back to that one set. Did I truly give it my best effort when I was done with that set? And then I went on to the next set with that same attitude. Or am I just looking at the entire workout? Okay, 3 sets of 10 with 5 different exercises. Okay, that workout is done. You don't look at the whole workout. You look at that one. If you can understand what I'm saying, that's what intensity is. And that's what makes any workout routine come alive. That's what makes any training routine produce results more than switching it up. My gym only has a Smith machine. I worry about imbalance. What does that mean? Is that, try to see the context of that question. I don't know what does that mean, because you don't have the individual parts like dumbbells, and each side works independently of each other. Is that what your challenge is? Thanks for that response. As you see in my profile picture, I push my 6 to 8 reps. Good morning, David. Great to have you here, sir. Did you have a relationship with Bill Phillips? I heard the COVID got with him pretty badly. Yeah, I had some very meaningful contact with Bill Phillips back in the 90s. Yeah, there are a lot of good talks. We used to talk. It was interesting. We used to talk every Sunday morning, like for an hour or so. It was interesting times because because we were both so passionate at that time. And, I haven't talked to him for years. I mean, we're friends on Facebook, even though we have no direct contact in, I don't know, 20 years or so. And I did see that COVID hit him pretty bad, but I think he's doing all right now. Thank you so much for the likes. I see those likes coming through. Thank you so much. Vanilla, I am not The Rock. Vanilla, you must be new over on YouTube. Did I just scroll through your screen? I like to see that. I like to see where I'm on Facebook and on YouTube, and just new people, they're scrolling through their screen, very much like TikTok, and then they run into my live feed. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you follow. So Chris says the latest thing in the UK is zero carbs. Is that healthy? I'm 59 years old. Is that a new thing, zero carbs? I mean, look, when you have zero carbs, you have very low calories. If you're going to overeat, it's probably going to be in carbs, right? So if you cut those carbs out, it's going to lead to rapid weight loss. I don't know about muscle gains, right? It's all about calories, all right? Regardless of how many carbs you have, a lot of people want to gut it out and bear it down and eat very few calories, very few carbs. You can get this done with a balanced diet if you know what you're doing, and you create a sustainable plan that does have some carbs in it, so you can feel healthy, right? It's a short-term solution. It's not sustainable for a lot of people, but zero carbs gives you, so it's a short-term solution. It's not a lifestyle. I mean, it can be effective for a while. Teach a Man to Cook says carbs have their place. It's also brain food. Very true. Very true. You want to eat a balanced diet. I say 30 to 40% of your calories, and make sure you eat enough calories, and also know how many calories you're eating. 30 to 40% of that's protein, rather than eating in grams, right? And 30 to 40% of your calories in carbohydrates, and then 20 to 30% in fat. Have those good fats in your diet, right? When you have the right amount of calories and you work on those percents, you're gonna do great. That's gonna get you at least 90% of there, then all the details, right? You want to make sure you eat enough food, right? So you can, it's sustainable for you. All right. I will be 62 years old next week or so, 10 days or so. D. So Nick says, it's great that social media is allowing bodybuilders to build their brand without needing the industry. Yeah, that happened about 15 years ago with when YouTube got going. Some very smart younger people usually just spoke their passion, built quite a following on social media. Bro, you just gained a fan. Very knowledgeable, and you are the truth. Well, thank you so much. I don't really feel that I've given you much so far this morning, but thank you so much. And that's a great thing. Just showing up every day, right? Just keep on moving, just like in life, right? You just keep on moving. Maybe some good things will happen. I'm glad that I touched your life in some way, right? And I mean that too, right? If I'm going to spend this time, I've decided that, coming to you at 4 o'clock in the morning, there's very little risk with my time because it's before my work day starts. It's 4:20 a.m. here where I am. So I can do this, get an early start on my day, get my workout in, right? And so very low risk if I don't make the impact that I want. Thank you so much for all the likes. Keep on tapping that screen over on TikTok. Really appreciate that. Attracting more men just like you. Little by little, building our little army of older men with busy, productive lives, right? Getting it done. So in balance, it's true. I feel it's a waste of time working out if you don't eat healthy. Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. Really, the difference in all of this is your nutrition. I mean, love the gym, work out in the gym, right? But yeah, you got to have those nutrition habits. If you have, this, if you're just sick and tired, I really want to call this the sick and tired show. I mean, I love coming in here. This is good for me to wake up, start my day, start focus about you, my business, all my intentions, all that mental stuff, that emotional stuff. It makes me accountable, right? I benefit in so many ways just by waking up and getting this show started, right? So it's always a good start for me, right? But I really want to make an impact. And what I realized is that after, and all this, right? After a certain amount of information, now it's time to take action. Now, a lot of times it's tough to take action when you're uncertain that your efforts will pay off. Well, I don't care. I can be so persuasive. Do this, do that, and build a rock solid case why what I'm saying is simple, effective. It's really efficient with your willpower, focus, energy, and time, and it will give you the results. And I try to be realistic about when you can expect those results, right? When you have that certainty, it's a lot easier to get going and take action. And until you take consistent action, 15 out of 10 effort action, right? Not just kind of going through the motions. You can put yourself in that mindset, take that kind of action. You're in the best, you're in control of your thoughts and emotions, and good things are going to happen, right? But I usually find out that we don't make the changes. We don't, even if we're doing pretty good, that next level that we are after. And I've just seen it so many times with myself. I've just been a student of mind power, for so long. It really does not happen until we're sick and tired. It does. I find myself, when I have challenges, something that it's like, I know I could do this. Why? I've done this, this, and this in whatever area of my life. It really comes down to, I'm probably rationalizing, I need to improve this, but not with that sickness in my stomach where I stay up, I can't sleep at night. You almost need to do that, to take simple actions. And when you take those simple actions, you get results. It's almost like we have to hit rock bottom or definitely feel the emotional pain. But I know you guys are strong-minded. It's that balance between you got to take things into context. You got to stop and smell the roses. You got to be grateful for what you do have. Sometimes when you're grateful for all those things that you do have in your life that you put focus and attention on, and you deserve all those great things. A lot of times that's the direct result. There's no more willpower, focus, energy, and time to focus on that area of life that you just can't put it together in. Maybe for you, it's fitness. And that's why I'm here. If that's you, if you're sick and tired, I just say, man, you got to welcome that pain. Don't look on the bright side. Make it darker. If it continues for 5 more years, of 10 more years, what you think about yourself, right? You'd be grateful for what it is you have in life, right? You worked hard for it. But until you stop softening the pain, just not liking what you look in the mirror and knowing that you can do it and know you're capable of so much more, until you allow that emotion to come in, we're not going to make change. Now, I wish there was a better way. I mean, at almost 62 years old, I've got a daughter who's just about 11, a son who's 9. And I take, my responsibility as a father so seriously, right? So seriously. Man, there's so many life lessons that I give them, and it just breaks my heart that there's only so much I can do. There's almost so much I can do that they're going to have to learn through pain. I guess the lesson is knowing that they have to learn through pain to really make, and again, once you're in the right mindset, it's just taking steps, right? And maybe the best lesson I can give them is welcome that pain. Welcome that pain, reframe the call to action that you will not ever improve that area if you don't feel that pain. I don't want you to suffer. I don't want to suffer. I don't want my kids to suffer. I don't want anybody to suffer. But the bottom line is, no matter if you mask it, it's just when it's going to come out. We got to hit that sick and tired feeling head on, right? I want to call this the Sick and Tired Show because I love hanging out with you. I love giving you information that could hopefully make this journey a little bit easier. All right. So so I've got it. I got this. If you're sick and tired, on the, again, Workouts for Older Men, the Sick and Tired Show. I want to help you. I want to help you personally. All right. You can watch a lot of videos. They can be helpful, but a lot of times you're not understanding certain things. You don't know how it applies to you. All right. Go to solutionswithskip.com. I got a training routine, eating plan, coaching package. It is just stacked with information, videos, audios, workout routines, instructional videos. Go to Solutions with Skip right now and check that out. Even if you're not quite sick and tired yet, maybe that's still building up inside of you. That sick and disgust, that man you see in the mirror, that level of fitness, that's just not who you believe you are. You just can't even believe you got to this point, or you've been stuck in it so long. You know, if you are sick and tired, or when, maybe tomorrow, right? But I want you to go to solutionswithskip.com. Check that all out. All right. Steady flow of succinct, directed information. All the fluff, all the distractions, even this show, hoping that you find the answers to the questions. You ask it, maybe I answer it in a way for you if you're bold enough to even ask a question. Right? You could be driving and, at work, doing, in the gym, listening to me, whatever it is, just starting your day, getting ready. Maybe this is the time to go back and forth and ask a question, right? And maybe men like you aren't asking the right questions that you need or you think you need. So this is just direct. It's like 11 hours of audio. It's videos, right? Just, I already know what it is you need. There's no hello. Hey, tell me where you are. It's just boom, 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 boom. Every 10 minutes you listen to is just packed with information, right? But the best part about it is we spend 1 hour together, you and me, wherever you are in the world. It's on a recorded line. It's a private coaching session. I'm your personal coach, teacher, to meet you right where you are right now and get to your specific goals, unravel your understanding or lack of understanding where you are, right? That 1 hour of power, it's just game changer. It makes all the difference in the world. You get that personal attention. So all this energy you're coming back for Workouts for Older Men Live, it all is directed at you. So if you're the type of man who does what it takes to get what he wants and you're sick and tired, you see, that's the best investment in the world you can make it yourself. And that's at solutionswithskip.com. Right? Check that out. All right. Check that out. Go to solutionswithskip.com. You get instant access right when you enroll. Get instant access to all the information. Right. What I am going to do is immediately reach out to you by email, text, phone call. I'm going to have you send me a picture. I'm going to have you fill out a questionnaire where I learn all about you. So that 1 hour power is just absolute effectiveness and efficiency. No more generic information. We're going to spend all that time setting you straight about what's most important to you. So just check that out now. It may not be your time. You may not be quite sick and tired. You might still be putting up with the body that you don't want, right? But at least look at it. So right when it's time, when you'll know when that moment hits. And then you've already seen it and you go back and then you can reach out and we can get to work. All right. So go to solutionswith.com. All right. If you've got questions, a lot of guys want to reach out to me. Right. And I spend some time talking. This is actually a very good day to talk to you. I've got one coaching and I leave some days wide open. Let's see here. This is how you get a hold of me. All right. You text me. This is just for, and most guys, they're really respectful of my time because they only have so much time, right? Text me at the number on the screen, right? 925-352-4366. Text me there, right? And then go to talkwithskip.com. That'll take you to a questionnaire. All right, fill out that questionnaire. I'll have a picture. You will have texted me. You will have taken action. All right. And then I'll reach out to you sometime today. We'll talk for 10 or 15 minutes. Right? Ask me what your specific questions are. I do that every single morning when I come live on this show. I throw out that, the thing about it, it really depends. 3 or 4 will reach out. So it isn't like so many. All right. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'll just tell you one thing that I may do this show. I may do it, maybe not every single day. All right. Where the law of familiarity, Skip will be around tomorrow. I'll get on this tomorrow. Right. I'm not sure if it's a good thing that I'm here every day. I've been doing this for 35 years. I've been on the internet since 1994. Right. Sometimes being in front of someone's face, you tell me what you think. It doesn't have the same impact, right? And I'm all about impact. I mean, I like hanging out with you. It's a nice distraction, wherever. But the bottom line is, I want to help you change your physique. I want to change your emotions, right? I want you to actually have the body that you want. All right. You can get your entertainment scrolling on social media, looking at other things, but for right now, I want you to take action and take charge. So text me at the number, take action. If you're the type of man, what it takes to get what he wants. You'll see, I really, make myself, available to those men who want to take action. All right, guys. So visit skiplacour.com, my website. Most of the questions that you have, you're sitting around hoping that maybe I'll stumble into a question that that's what you need. All right. Hoping somebody else ask it, and maybe you're driving or whatever it is. But when you go to skiplacour.com, you will see that most of the questions that you have, I've taken the time to do a 10-minute video, 20-minute video, half-hour video. It's there, right? I've been doing this for 35 years. The last 8 years, all I've been thinking about is from our perspective when we're a little bit older, busy, productive lives. All right. Yeah. So go. Yeah, I can recommend somebody for an ab routine. skiplacour.com. Check that out. All right. There's tons of ab routines, and also ab routine when someone wants abs. A lot of times when they ask that question, I'm not sure if that's you, Shane, but the ab routine that they want is and that's done with your diet, not a series or a combination or a special sequence of sets and reps of particular ab exercises, actually losing the body fat so those abs will be revealed. That's probably the best ab exercise routine that anyone needs. Don't like to hear that a lot of times, but that's how it works. Doesn't seem like it. It seems like if you just work the muscle, those abs will show, but that's not how it works. So thank you so much. Visit that skiplacour.com website. Also, on your favorite social media platform, there is the Workouts for Older Men podcast. There's a lot of information there you can pass while you're driving or in the gym. So on your favorite podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever it is, you'll see the Workouts for Older Men podcast. So skiplacour.com, the Workouts for Older Men podcast. You'll get to learn at a really faster rate, and then join me when when I come on. You just add to it. All right. So that is going to do it for this Workouts for Older Men live show. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day. Take action. Reach out if you're sick and tired. I'll be more than happy to help you. All right, reach out today.